Today we have a special guest with us. Born in Fort Myers, Florida, and raised in Orlando, he's navigated life's challenges with strength and determination. He attended Edgewater High School in Central Florida and then moved on to Pikeville College in Kentucky before attempting a transfer at Blinn College and until eventually arriving at ASA College in Miami, Florida. Not only has he managed the ups and downs of life, but he also became a teen parent and continued to raise more children afterwards. He has faced some legal allegations as well, but that has not defined his character. Let's give a warm welcome to Kevin Gunning, aka Gunning. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Appreciate you for having me.
Let's start from the beginning. What was it like growing up in Fort Myers, Florida, and how did your family eventually settle in Orlando?
Um, it was kind of like, you know, it was all right. I say growing up in Fort Myers, man. Growing up in Fort Myers, it's kind of country, and it had its certain parts, with different ethnic groups and stuff like that. But um, I learned a lot in Fort Myers, man, at an early age as well. I seen a lot at an early age in Fort Myers, so it kind of took me, it kind of raised me a little older than I was, just a little. But I should say going to Orlando, I believe like my grandma and my mom kind of started that right there. They was already there. But for me, kind of being like a little too bad or too much for my great grandma. She had my grandma come get me and stuff like that. And so I know my grandma ended up taking me to Orlando, and then from there I was in Orlando. So
Orlando is a vibrant city with a lot going on. How did living there shape your childhood and teenage years?
um, Orlando. No, Orlando, it's off the chain. Actually,
Orlando.
yeah, that's what they call it, man, Orlando. But it was, it grew me up fast, I should say, man. I started in Eatonville when I came from Fort Myers to Eatonville, and I went to Hungerford Elementary, and I met a lot of my friends there and everything like that, and close friends still to this day right now. But first thing first, I started with football, I should say. You know, right at Hungerford, they had practice right there at the Jen Johnson Center and everything like that. And I used to watch them practice all the time. And me and grandma, or my grandma, I should say, we used to ride past there all the time. And I'm like, Grandma, I want to go try out for the football team. And I kept telling her that. And one day she just was like, you know what, I'm going to take him by there. And ever since she took me by there, it was
How
a
old were you?
holy. I believe I was about 8 or 9,
Mm.
8 or 9 years old when I started. Oh, about 9, I should say. Should say 9, but yeah.
Okay. So, football really meant a lot, and that's where you really grew into football was in Orlando with grandma.
Yes.
Um, so you went to Edgewater High School, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, what were some of the significant experiences or challenges you faced during your time there, on and off the field,
On and off
going
the
to
field.
Edgewater?
Um,
What were some significant challenges
some significant challenges was like,
and memorable moments?
I should say I was playing both roles. I was, thought I was in the streets, and then I knew I was a football player. Football was first, but I was still get myself caught up out there in the little streets. I kind of took that mentality from Fort Myers and kind of brought it here to Orlando, and um, just at Edgewater, Edgewater taught me a lot, man. I learned how to be a leader. A leader, I should say, and things like that.
A leader amongst a team, or just a leader in general?
Just a leader in general. I felt like I was, leading my pack. Even though we had our days when it was, good and bad, but I was able to, you know, just reach out to my people, man, and stuff like that.
So speaking of your people, all right. Speaking of Edgewater High School and your people, high school can be a very pivotal time for anybody, including myself as well. Was there anyone or anything at Edgewater that had a profound impact on your life,
You say, was there anybody?
or anything? Since you're talking about people, your people, and all that.
Oh, I would say I met some great people out there. I met some great people at Edgewater and everything. I kind of got my name at Edgewater, and Gunny kind of came from Edgewater, which is a symbol to my last name. Is close, but I got that name as my freshman year at Edgewater. So like I just felt like me just being a big impact on the football field. That's what started me up.
You had a big impact as a freshman
Yes,
attending
yes,
Edgewater High School.
yes.
Okay. So what year did you go through Edgewater? What years?
I believe I went from 2007 to 2011.
So between 2007 and 2011, you experienced Soldier Boy all the way up until Kurt Cobain's Drinking My Cup,
Oh yeah, yes sir,
all high school.
yes.
So, navigating through high school and everything, Edgewater was a pretty diverse school. It was black and white, pretty, but equally mixed.
Oh yeah, very
Okay,
for sure.
the side you pretty much stood up on was black side.
I wouldn't even say I stood up on the black side. I was actually like in between, man. That's one thing about Kevin Gunny. I was able to get along with everybody. I could get along with any and everybody. So
Okay, was getting along with every and anybody. And Edgewater High School is when you met your baby mom. Number one. Number one.
well, no, I really didn't meet my first baby mom at Edgewater. It was actually in middle school at Lee Middle when I met her.
And Fort
And
Myers.
no,
Okay.
I'm sorry, Lee Middle School in Orlando, Florida.
Here we go.
But I think we was in like sixth or seventh grade when I met her. But it transitioned to I think we end up going apart or something like that, and end up getting back around our senior year in high school, and so.
So during that, you guys got together in senior high school. I remember when we attended the football university in, correct if I'm wrong, either West Virginia or Virginia, right, state. You said something to me. You said, "Hey, I think I gotta go pregnant." That was the summer of 2010.
For real,
Walk me through that.
walk you through that. Like, dang,
How'd you get to that moment?
that moment there.
When
You
you
said
say
we was
you're
in
gonna be a father.
right. We was in West Virginia. I think I probably knew that before we was in West Virginia that I was gonna be a father. But I was probably just like letting you know. But yeah, man, like my senior year of high school, I ended up having a son or had a son on the way and everything around that time. And I was on my way to college as well, and I know she was doing pretty good as well in school as well. So we, you know, I say it just kind of happened.
In class, you guys came back together through Facebook.
Oh, so to be honest with you, how we met, dog, is crazy, dog. Cause like, so a good partner of was mine. You know what I'm saying? He ended up seeing the first, actually. You know what I'm saying? He seen the first on the bus. You know, he had them talk to her first, and then he came back to me. You know what I'm saying? He came back to me. We came to the house. He came back to me. It was like, I just seen such and such. So I'm like, oh yeah. Like, I'm like, dang, but he already knew about, about middle school with us and stuff. But he's like, I just see such and such. I got a number. I like, oh yeah, bro, you might as well go ahead and give me that number because, like, that's, I had her in middle school. Like, that's my baby, right? But such and such. It was something like that right there. I say, but
Anyway, so
no, check me out though. So yeah, I end up getting the number. I think we both went to go get our hair done. I got my hair done, and I seen her, and when we caught our attention, she was, locked on me and stuff, and we end up connecting from then and there. But I think that's what started it off right there.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And then your first was born in what, 2012, 2011? When was he born?
Jada was born in 2011.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, 2011.
11. Um, experiencing his birth. Were you present?
Yes, I was there. I
So
experienced his birth. I asked.
grandma found out eventually.
Oh yeah, eventually, grandma
How'd that
found
go down?
out. My grandma found out right away. She found out right away.
How she found out?
We ended up telling them.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't had no choice but to tell
What
her.
did grandma
But
say?
I think we didn't. Me and her, we didn't tell no. I don't think we told anybody until like the first 4 months. I think. You know what I'm saying? Until she started kind of started showing.
I remember. I remember.
Then we started telling folks, but it was something like that right there though.
And then whenever you told grandma, what she do?
I think grandma was surprised and shocked at the same time, but it wasn't much she can do.
She wasn't mad at you.
I don't think she was mad, but she talked her shit.
Yeah. You know how it goes.
You know how it goes.
You gotta take care of that baby now.
Right. You know.
Okay. So after high school, you attended Pikeville College in
University
Kentucky.
of Pikeville, yes sir.
University of Pikeville,
Yes,
in
sir.
Kentucky.
Yes sir.
That's quite a change of scenery, I would assume, from being in Fort Myers, Orlando, then going to Pikeville University in Kentucky.
Yes, it was.
Back,
it was a big
what year
change.
was this?
So I graduated 2011. So right after graduation,
11.
the next day, I think the next day, me and grandma flew to Kentucky. The next day after graduation, we had to get ready to go. So it was something like that right there.
Straight in.
Yeah.
And then, what led you to Pikeville, and how was the college experience?
Well, what led me to Pikeville, I think, man, I had a kind of like a rough senior season, man, playing football and stuff like that. I missed the first 6 games of my senior season, due to they refs saying that I threw a punch at a receiver. A great receiver too, a good receiver at that. Said I threw a punch at a receiver in the first game of the season, and I didn't believe I did. I was just trying to get off a block, and that kind of affected my whole senior season with recruiting and everything. You know what I'm saying? And that really did depress me. But that's kind of what brought me to Pikeville. I felt like I should have been somewhere better, but things happened, and I couldn't control that, man. I could control only what I could control. So I I met a coach, Coach Lowe. You know what I'm saying? Coach Lowe Woods out of Orlando, Florida. I'm thankful for him, man, because he stayed on me. I kept coming to his trainings and stuff like that, and he worked me through. I was trying to get a higher ACT and an SAT, but it seemed like I just couldn't get it all the way through. You know what I'm saying? I got it to, passing level, but I didn't get it to the requirements that the colleges wanted me to. So Pikeville was the only route. And Pikeville stood there, and they said they'll take me up, and they took me right up. So that's what got me to Pikeville. And with that being said, with the experience, oh man, college was lovely. I loved everything about college. You kind of on your own. You're a teenager now. You on your own. There's no parents telling you what to do. So you kind of got to get up on your own and do your own thing. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you make the right decisions then and there. And so I enjoy college. I really did enjoy college.
So like what you said, going to college, be out there being on your own, you're pretty much doing your own thing, right?
Yes. Yeah.
College is often a time of personal growth and discovery for many people, and including myself. Like anytime you're out on your own, anywhere,
Right.
growing up through your adult years, through adolescence, the end of your adolescence into your 20s.
Right.
But were there any particular challenges or achievements in your time at Pikeville University in Kentucky?
Man, if you want me to be real, I want to say I was. Oh man, I think I was everywhere with Pikeville, man. Meaning like young-minded just a little bit. So I'm young-minded. I'm out here, I'm trying, but I ain't trying. If that makes sense to you. So it's like, I get up, go to class, and do those type of things, but I don't know if I was putting the effort to trying harder in class and stuff like that. So I kind of I feel like I fell short with trying to go to school, but when it was time to get on the field, I stood out on every way, every level. I stood out, and so I wouldn't say I achieved anything at Pikeville. You know what I'm saying? I owe Pikeville a lot. I didn't achieve a lot that I should have achieved, but um, I was doing this right here a lot. You know what I'm saying? So
And then due to you doing, teetering and, wavering between your um, collegiate duties and I guess just being who you are and, being young, after Pikeville, right? You did attempt to transfer to Blanton College in Brigham, Texas, correct?
no, so it actually wasn't Blinn College. We played against Blinn at ASA College, but I tried to go to Mississippi Gulf Coast.
After
Excuse me.
Pikeville.
So right after Pikeville, I tried to go to Mississippi Gulf Coast. So I had the mindset of I knew I should have been somewhere better. You know what I'm saying? With my talent level, I should have been playing a little bit at D1 AA. You know, this is how I'm thinking then. You know, D1 AA, D1, some kind of D1. I know I should have been. You know what I'm saying? HBCU is nothing like how it is now to back then. So I wasn't thinking nothing about HBCU, but I knew I just should have been somewhere Division One. So I thought about transferring to Mississippi Gulf Coast, which I did transfer to. I did my transfer paperwork, I did my transcripts, I did everything I thought I was supposed to do. But when I got there, it was some issues about dorm rooms and stuff like that. Are you going to be number 16 on the waiting list at a dorm room, stuff like that? Me, my grandma, and my mom, excuse me, my grandma, my mom, and my little brother drove to Mississippi. And that's what they told me. I'm gonna be like the number 16. I'm gonna be like the 16th on the waiting list, and such. You know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So I'm like, we all like, damn. So I can't even stay. You know what I'm saying? Cause they don't got no dorm rooms for me. So we just drove 9, 10 hours for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh man. So that like the next day we had to come back, and so that kind of what brought me back to Orlando from school.
So I know like that is like demoralizing. Driving
Very,
10 hours,
very
pretty positive on going to another college, continuing your dreams,
right.
and just to only get hit with something unexpected, as in, they have nowhere to take you in.
Right. Yeah, it was crazy, man. It wasn't it. Yeah, it was horrible, bro. It was a horrible feeling, man. It's like I get there, then I fall. Get there, then I fall. You know what I'm saying? So, but keep pushing, keep
And
pushing.
then you keep pushing always. How was that car ride back?
Uh, it was a ride, I guess, man. It wasn't no happy ride because I knew I should have been staying there. I had all my belongings in the car and everything, so I knew I should have been staying. So it was just a long, quiet ride back. Just thinking like, what's my next move? What I'm gonna do next?
I know you attempted. Um, I know you attempted to transfer, right? And you said that you were doing what you're supposed to do at Pikeville, but what prompted that decision to transfer ultimately, and how was that transition?
Um, so man, like I said, I knew I was supposed to be somewhere better, man. So I like even though I didn't have my grades, because I knew the grades wasn't all the way how they should have been at University of Pikeville. So I was transferring to a junior college to get my grades up as well.
So you talk about you didn't have a chance to get a move at Mississippi Gulf Coast,
Right.
and
So I don't feel like it was a good transition at all.
okay,
Yeah.
every move comes with its own. Every move comes with its own set of challenges, and opportunities. But what were some of the experiences and lessons you gained at your time? I guess trying to go to Mississippi Gulf Coast.
Well, what I know, if I would have, what I know now, if I knew it back then, I would have stayed my butt right at Pikeville, got my grades up, grinded out on the field like I should have did, and I probably could have made a chance there and got to where I was supposed to go with football in my career. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, man, if I would have known what I know now, I would have stayed my butt at University of Pikeville. I would have, grinded it out on every level like I was doing. I feel like I was doing everything right, football wise, but in school I wasn't. But if I would have put both of those together and had a great, mindset here,
Yeah.
I would have made it
With
right.
all that going on though, right? With school, having challenges in school, keeping all that together, you were also a teen parent.
Yes.
So you found out about this before you even went off to college.
Yes.
Now going through all of that in college, right? I want you to tell me this. That's a huge responsibility at a young age.
Yes.
Going through and you going through, right? You got to
Yes.
focus on that and also focus on school. It's a
Yes.
lot for a young man.
Right.
Can you share what the experience was like and how you managed to balance all that to the best of your ability?
I say, like I said before, I can only control what I can control. So I kind of came in the mindset of that there too as well. And so it's like I knew I was grinding to better myself for my son, you know what I'm saying, for my future. I know if I got a great future, he's going to have a great future as well. So I knew me putting football first, you know what I'm saying, because that was my goal to make it in football. You know, I did everything I was supposed to do, I should say, besides, you know what I'm saying, making the grades. But every time I was in the weight room, every time I was on the field, I was going hard to think about, you know what I'm saying, my first kid, you know what I'm saying, I got to do this for him. I got to do this for him, So,
Raising children is a journey filled with ups and downs.
Right.
So how did being a parent shape your life and perspective?
Well,
at that age, being that young, did you even think about that?
I really didn't, man. Like I say, I was young, bro. So it's a lot I didn't think about, bro. I was just living through the moment,
Yeah.
I was just living, bro. Like
it was time to take care of someone else.
Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? I knew it wasn't about. Yeah, I can't say I I didn't know it was about me yet. You know what I'm saying? Not yet, but
sorry to cut you. But when you got back home, you ever thought about just being there for your son?
Oh yeah, I did.
It was time.
Yeah, I did think about being there for my son, but then again, I'm like,
should focus.
I gotta keep trying. You know what I'm saying? I felt like football was first in my life, so I just knew I gotta keep trying football because like if I make it in football, we all make it in football.
But see, you're right. We all make it in football, but there's also an alternative too, in my opinion. But look, I understand like you all, coming back from Mississippi Gulf Coast and that failure. First off, how did you fall into the streets that hard? Because I understand you also faced legal challenges when you got back, and you were arrested.
Right.
On I think felony charges. So
type shit.
Can you tell us about that experience and how did that affect your life in future?
Well, I remember like this right here, man. It was like at a point in time when I got back from Mississippi Gulf Coast, man, I didn't know what to fall on. I went, I think my grandma was telling me that, she's not going to be able to do this for me no more. I need to get my shit together, basically. And I just knew, like, shit, the fast money, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of got myself into some stuff, hanging with the wrong people, just doing the wrong thing, I should say, you know what I'm saying? And that kind of put me in the midst of going to jail big time. You know what I'm saying? Facing 10 to 15 years. So.
10 to 15 years?
Yeah.
How'd you get off of not facing 10 to 15 years?
So I got off, man. You know what I'm saying? First, I'm going to say God first on everything. You know what I'm saying? I came from a Christian family, so God is number one. But my grandma, she did everything. You know what I'm saying? She broke her back for me. She did everything she needed to do. I think she was in the process of buying a house, and she had to use some of her house money to get a private lawyer to be able to get my time and my sentence down and everything like that as well. Like grandma did a lot. You know what I'm saying? And so that's how I was kind of able to get out of it. I got a great lawyer, and he did what he had to do. But it was all Denise Scurry.
Okay, so Denise Scurry was the reason why you were able to overcome that challenge. That was a very, very serious case, especially the state of Florida. Florida does not play. They build a case and they prosecute.
Right.
9 times out of 10.
Oh yeah.
And looking back at the journey from Fort Myers to Orlando, from high school to college, and even starting a family, right? So we hit all those points. What are some key lessons you learned through all that, up to that point? What was the key lesson you learned when you sat down with yourself and you really just analyzed? I know you had times you analyzed all that.
Right. Well, I just felt like I knew Now, you know what I'm saying? I know you didn't mention ASA college, but ASA was a big
We're in
start for
there.
me as well.
We're in there.
Okay. But yo, I learned, bro, when you starting the film and everything, it is not about me no more. I knew it wasn't about me, it was about these kids, you know what I'm saying, and the family that I'm trying to start and everything like that. It that's what it was, bro.
Yeah. With Father's Day being around, it's good to reflect on that. Like I think fatherhood is a very important thing.
Man,
It's actually a serious important thing.
I
If the
agree.
father's in the home, your
I
daughter's
agree.
more likely to choose better men
Right.
because they got something to look at too, and your sons grow up to know how it is to be a man. I myself grew without my dad, so I understand the importance of
Yeah.
fatherhood.
Me too.
I have no kids. I have no kids of my own, but I think you're in a
Right.
blessed position.
Right.
Even at this moment,
Right.
it's a blessing. You can always turn it around and
Right.
reconnect with your kid.
Right. Always a second chance.
After all that happened, you beat off the case thanks to Denise Scurry and getting you a private lawyer.
Correct.
Is that when you go off to ASA College in Miami, Florida?
Yes, that's when I go
What
off.
year was this?
So I went to ASA. I think I got a. Excuse me. I went to ASA college about 2014, I should say.
So 2014. That's when These Girls Ain't Loyal by Chris Brown was a banger that summer.
You know.
I'm just going through.
Yeah,
Rich
that's
Homie
what.
Quan just started to blow up.
Right. Kodak Black starting to get
The Fuck Up
right.
My Face, one of his records. Kodak Black,
Facts.
started to surface from the underground.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it was around that time, really. So from that time, you went to ASA College for 2 years and obtained your associate's degree.
Yes, my AOS. So it's like associates, occupational degree.
Okay.
Yes.
And with doing that, you tried out for the team there.
Oh yeah, man. I kind of worked my way up, man. Like I came to we went through like 7 different coaches. We went through everything, man. ASA was like the movie Hardball. If you seen the movie Hardball, it was a little something like that, but just a little more older guys. We was living in not dorm rooms, but we was living in stuff like hotels, man, with staying with people that's renting hotel rooms, and we living in hotel rooms with no meal plans. We didn't have no meal plan, no nothing. We barely had a bus to take us to practice or get us to school. It was a mess, but man, I learned a lot with ASA, man. I could say them boys out there at ASA, them was some real fellas, man. Those was my boys, man. I came out there actually too with a lot of Orlando fellas as well, so we kind of stood on business. But it was a great experience, I should say. It was a great experience, man. Everybody respected each other at a time, and we got stuff together. So
All right. After you met your second baby mother, and you guys had 2 kids together. But let's talk about your relationship with the mother of your children. Speaking of
okay,
her, and how did you two meet, and how's the journey been together? So
so
how did you meet, and how's the journey together?
uh, so we met. I think it was it was one of those Thanksgivings. It was something like a Thanksgiving or a Christmas, around Thanksgiving and Christmas time. Uh, I was going back home from ASA College to Orlando, and we was on the mega bus. And I was on the mega bus first and sat in the back, and uh, we get to Fort Lauderdale stop, and she get on and she come in the back. Guess I don't know if the back is filled or not, but she sit right next to me for some reason. And she's sitting right next to me on the bus, and then we kind of started chatting and stuff. She asked me what kind of music I listen to. Matter of fact, she kind of asked me. She said she was cold or something like that. I gave her my jacket, and then from there we started kind of chilling. And she asked me what kind of music I listen to, and I was telling her, and I asked her what kind of music she was listening to, and so that's what kind of like started that, and that's how we kind of met and stuff like that.
Okay. Um, being on the bus and everything.
Right.
That turned the other thing.
Okay, so yeah, so that pretty much, so I met her on the bus, to be honest with you, she was like, I guess she had somebody picking her up, right? And so, you know, I was thinking I was gonna be able to get her number as soon as I got like off the bus. You know what I'm saying? But I guess she had somebody picking her up, so it wasn't gonna be able to work like that in her way. But that's how I was thinking. So she just turned around. She was getting off the bus first, and she just turned around and like literally just like, oh, take my number down. So I just took her number down, you know what I'm saying, real quick, and got her number, and from there, it was on from there. She came and I seen her. She came and seen me too as well at my mom's house and stuff like that, and it went from there. But man, it's been like should say like 8 or 9 years that we was in an off and on relationship. And it's just we had our goods and
What's
we
it
had our
going through
bad.
ASA college though? She would see you in hotel rooms with the people you were staying with?
Oh yeah, man. She experienced
Even with the random peoples.
Even with the random peoples, man. She experienced everything at ASA with me as well. Like the last few months of ASA, she experienced that all. So she got to see
Y'all hunching in there?
how we was living. You say what's we hunching? We just doing what we supposed to do. Grown people stuff, but
How old were you in 2014?
2014.
You could be more than 23, 24.
I was in I was somewhere around there.
Yeah. That's when Denise Scurry was living in Lake Mary.
I believe so. Yeah, around that
We
time.
see you around a lot.
Right.
By the way, if you guys don't know, he is also my cousin, so I can like cover up some information with my knowledge.
Right.
You guys got pregnant.
Yeah, she got pregnant.
That's what year was the pregnancy?
I should say she got pregnant like 20. It got to be around like 2016.
2016.
Yeah, because she had my 2017 in January.
That's when The Future and The Weeknd dropped Low Life.
Right.
That's when Kodak came out with French Montana, Lockjaw.
Huh.
That was the other time. That's when Drake dropped Abuse, Controller. It was that time period.
Yes, sir.
I was in the military during that time. That was my time. Straight out of high school and military, my first year.
Right.
So, with you, 2016 getting pregnant and finding out what the gender was of the baby, how was that news for both of y'all on both sides of her family, your family?
I think it was good news, man.
It's like she already had 2 kids.
Yeah, she had 2 kids already.
What was she going around ASA with 2 kids? Was she going there?
No, she wasn't around ASA. Like I said, she was just getting on the mega bus. You know what I'm saying? Or getting on the bus going back to Orlando for, whatever business she had going on and stuff like that. And we just met on the mega bus. So she wasn't around ASA. I just met her on the bus. And then when I met her, she started coming around ASA because of me. You know what I'm saying? But what was the question again?
The question was, how was it finding out the news of having a child? Like you want to have a child with her from your side of the family and hers? Who would you tell first?
Well, I believe Grandma knew first, because actually, once again, Grandma knew first, because I believe Grandma was getting ready to go on the cruise, so she was already headed to Key West or somewhere down there to get boarded on the cruise. You know what I'm saying? So she came and stopped by me and her, and we put up on Grandma and Auntie Harriet, and we was at Beef O'Brady's or something like that. And I don't think she had mentioned it to Grandma, but I think she took the pregnancy test, you know what I'm saying, in Beef O'Brady's inside the bathroom, and she showed me, and it came up to like we finna have a baby. So I don't think we told Grandma right away, but we was giving her hints and stuff like that. But after all, I know once we got to Orlando, we kind of found out what we was having, and we was pretty excited. Me and her was pretty excited. I couldn't say how excited the family was, because I'm not sure, but and her family actually too as well. But we was excited. She was hoping that she have a boy, but I just felt like I was gonna have a girl, bro. So I knew I wanted that girl.
What's your current situation with her, and how did I get there?
Oh man, so our current situation. So it was just, oh man.
There's a lot been going on with Facebook and everything too.
Right. So
it's confused.
Yeah, man, it's been a lot, bro. Like I should say, it's been a real lot.
When did it start to go sour?
It was already like kind of like trembling, man. It's like, you know, I made mistakes, you know what I'm saying? She made mistakes, bro. And I think we just kind of grew apart from each other. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was times I went to jail, I went to jail. I ended up going to jail, I should say recently, behind some stuff, that I shouldn't probably did, and she shouldn't have did. And it was a lot, bro. It's a lot, for sure.
You spoke of some things, with her, and it was a lot going on. It
Right.
started going sour a while ago, but you guys managed to try to keep together.
Yeah, we was trying,
But
for sure.
through all that, how she played on your mental. We
Man,
started off ASA college a certain way, and now here we are today. So, what, what, what transpired? A lot went on, man, for you to go to jail.
right.
Did y'all?
Man, I look, I kind of lost everything, man. I lost everything from the ground up. Ah, shit, boy. Where should I start, bro? Like, it's crazy. I don't even know where to start. But it
After
just
you
it just didn't go. It just didn't go as planned. Like I say,
after you
we
had your first though, like when what happened? Like, what was an event that was turmoil after you had your first, your daughter?
because we both wasn't. You know what I'm saying? I should say, okay, if I should say I wasn't doing actually what I was supposed to do as a man, as a men, you know what I'm saying, capital man, you know what I'm saying, man all the way. So when you know what I'm saying, you kind of lacking at certain levels, people tend to wander off when you're lacking at certain things, bro, or they got to step up. And instead of I guess
What to be exact as a man were you lacking? Money, job.
I should say, money, finance, you know what I'm saying, not being, you know what I'm saying, when it was time to pay, pay bills, I'll probably got half of the money, or sometimes I didn't have half, or sometimes I
That's
did have
normal in a
all the.
relationship.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, I guess you know what I'm saying, I probably didn't do my part all the way. So that made other folks go the opposite way because I didn't do my part how I should have did. So that made people go, person go the other way and start doing other things. You know what I'm saying? Other things to make money and do things like that. So
Stripping.
with stripping and stuff like that, yes sir. Making money. So once the stripping started coming, the stripping, like you just said, started coming, and you know what I'm saying, not coming home at a certain time.
She
And
started coming.
I tried. I could say I tried. I did try. You know what I'm saying? I tried to stand the pain. I wanted to be there for the family and the kids, but it was just like it was just like it was too late. It just seemed like it was too late, man. You know what I'm saying? I know I did try, but I came back in the game, you know what I'm saying, trying again. So, but I felt like it was too late. You know what I'm saying? Even again, we tried even more, a few more times, and it was just like nothing falling. You know what I'm saying? I pray about it too. There's times I prayed about the situation, is just praying about things to get better, and and God was showing me like. God was showing me signs like it's not gonna get better, but I kept fighting it like it can get better, like type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it didn't. And it just started. And it got worse. It got worse.
You being faithful, trying to be reliable, and just stay true.
I was trying.
And
I tried at times. There was
with the
times
hopes
I
to get
messed up
together.
as a man too. It's always two sides to a story. You know what I'm saying?
Everyone knows this.
So I messed up too as a man too. But as you know what I'm saying, she messed up too.
Well, let's
as
get
a-
your side though. We
Right.
understand there's two sides to the story, but let's give your perspective.
Right.
Your perspective is what matters. Her perspective has been given
Right.
numerous times
Right.
publicly, and you've been silent.
Right.
So we got to hear your side.
Right.
So what was the wrong done on her side too? We understand it's two different sides, but your side is being explained, probably falsified, and
Right.
character defamed.
Right.
Let's get into how she was.
Right. So I say like when it came down to like the stripping and talking to these different men and you know what I'm saying, using them and you know, texting around me and stuff like that. Like it wasn't, saying it was to the time like I guess it just wasn't. It wasn't that dog. It wasn't there. Like what I'm saying.
So you would concur the energy that was given wasn't,
Right.
what you expect from the family you were raised in. It wasn't godly.
Right. It wasn't. It wasn't.
It wasn't even had the promise of it.
Yeah, it wasn't there.
So there were times where your life was on the line a lot.
Right.
During this process, you needed money. You got into the streets trying to provide and be there for her.
Right.
And that seemed like what she liked.
I got into the streets, bro.
But
I got into the. I kind of got back into the streets, but that's not my person. You're right. But I kind of did, like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like you said, like what it is, it's kind of like what they like. That's what she like. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like,
were there times of verbal abuse when she would talk to you and demean you?
Oh yeah, it was always times like that. Verbal abuse, you know what I'm saying? Yes, it was always times like that.
So when there were times like that, you being at your lowest, she would also not give you any privacy. You have a phone. It's not the best phone, but explain times when you would wake up and you couldn't find your phone to go to work.
Bro, like that's when it started getting like really, really bad. Like, you know what I'm saying, waking up to not, being able to find my phone, and you know what I'm saying, she done took my phone to work and stuff like that. That was real like
It's tough.
That was real like tough, like, you know what I'm saying. I was still trying to, show her like I'm not really like I'm not hiding nothing. I leave my phone out and try to leave it out and keep it right here,
Trying to insure her.
Right. And, it was big because, like, when I got out of jail, she wanted me to change my number right away. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't have a problem to, but I took a long time to change my number. So,
what was she doing to insure you, though?
It was like she wasn't going to move until I move.
You gotta leave.
Meaning, like, yeah, if I don't change my number, if I don't change nothing, she ain't changing nothing. You know?
You had to leave. Essentially. And you guys have your second child, Kingdom. Kingston.
Yes, sir.
He was born 2018.
2018.
Without that going, 2018, you have another child. He comes into the world. You did your best to be there for him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You loved.
For sure.
You gave your all. What's the best qualities of your son?
Man, King is bright. He's amazing. Man, he's lovable.
All your kids.
He's kind. All my kids, man, they got it's all my kids got different twitches to them, man. Like Kingston is very bright, man. He's a young man. He love to make sure his dad is okay, his mom okay. He's always checking on everybody. King is a good one. Kamaya bright. Oh my God, she's bright. She's on the honor roll. You know what I'm saying? She's sweet. She's a very sweetheart.
She looks like y'all.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? She look like I know me, my mom, for sure.
Yeah.
And Jaden is pretty good.
Jaden's he's a very even mix between both.
He's an even mix between both. He looked like me and his mom as well. And you know what I'm saying? He a good boy as well, man, And shit, Jaden there spit at me. Jaden there spit at me too.
A character.
A character, yes. Yep, a character. Facts.
What were some key experiences and lessons you gained during your time in Tampa?
Kid experiences and lessons?
Some key experiences and lessons, in Tampa you gained.
Key experiences and lessons I gained in Temple, man.
You've been there for a while.
I've been in Temple since 2019, around 2018. Kind of just left, man. And some key experiences, man. I guess, man. Sometimes you just gotta be able to, get out your comfort zone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like get out your comfort zone. I was comfortable there in Tampa. I'm comfortable there in Florida as well. anywhere in Florida, but I just need to get out my comfort zone, man. Get somewhere where I can actually like lock in and focus. You know,
For them going through challenges in life right now, what's some advice you give to them?
somebody that's going through challenges.
Yeah, similar to you.
Uh, I would say keep going, dog. You know, cause it's not easy, bro. It's not easy at all right now. It's not easy for me. You know, I'm just not getting back together, getting my stuff together as well. So it's not easy at all. It's hard out here, dog. It's really hard. I would tell them, you know, keep going. Don't give up, man. Like, and please, like, you and God only know yourself how you know yourself. Like, don't let nobody else tell you that you something else or you somebody else or who you is.
You know what? I like how you place that, but I almost forgot to ask a couple questions. I got two questions. Being with your second baby mother, the one you made at ASA College, had two kids with, right? There was a time where some serious stuff happened, man, and you almost passed away in a car accident. Could have been, you know, what was going on with that and how that happened. I'm pretty sure no one really knows about that, but that's a very important note to make. People want to know you,
Man,
what you've been through.
I've been through a lot, bro. It ain't easy. It's hard, bro. You know, I fought for it. I fought
Well, like what happened
and I
with the
tried
car?
and I tried and I tried. But like with that being said, man, I was really like, you know, we just took the kids to school. You know, we headed back to the house. You know, stuff already done been, you know, been happening and stuff like that. And you know, you asked me for, you know, my Telegram or something like that. You know, Facebook would whoop, and I just, you know, like, you know, kind of got aggravated. Like, you already got my whole life on your phone. Why you need this and that? And so, the response that I gave, they didn't like. And so, you know, 5 seconds later, you know, we shifted, and you know, I lost control of the car and ran into a pole, electric pole. You know what I'm saying? It could have been a lot worse than it was. We totaled the whole car, but
Yeah, total car.
it was
It's very
definitely a tough.
traumatic. You went through a lot. You mentally by yourself on that one,
Man, oh
and
man,
you could have used to support your family, but you felt isolated. You feel like you couldn't tell anyone anything, which I understand that because I had the same situation.
yeah,
And then you come home one day and you see that she's with someone else,
yeah, that was a little before, but for sure, man, like,
and you went to jail.
yeah, that's what got me in jail, man, right there. So, you know, man, it's like, okay, I was doing so good, bro. Like, you know, job wise, you know, job wise, you know, paying my rent, how I was supposed to pay my rent, you know, paying my dues, doing what everything I was supposed to do. I was trying to do everything right. I was doing good. I had the time where I was doing really good. And you know, you know, we both came back in each other's life, I should say, whatever. And, you know, started chilling and, you know what I'm saying, trying to make it work again. And, you know, stuff happened and, you know, I get to where I was supposed to get to, you know, and it's not what it is. And so I took it upon myself and did what I did. And that's what
You
got me in jail.
you weren't wrong. It was a woman you cared about. That's what any man would do. The Bible says, any man who sleeps with another man's wife could lose his life. It's just
Even though it don't got a ring, it
it's a
wasn't
play on your
signed,
pride.
but we was, you know, it felt like you felt like it.
It's
So
a
yeah,
play. It's a big play on your pride,
yeah,
and that happened. You get in, you bust to the door. She's
you know,
screaming,
kick the door
yelling.
down, get the whole door down.
Yep, he's screaming, yelling. She's screaming, yelling.
Yeah,
He jumps to the window.
he jump out the
Chase
second
him.
floor
And he
window.
drives off.
Yeah, he drive off, and it could have been
Then
worse
she
than
calls the
that.
cops.
Get the cops called on me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But she called the cops on
You go to
me.
jail.
I go to jail. I'm
For a
sitting in
month.
jail
You lose
for
your
a
job.
whole month. I lose my job. I lose my car.
You lost
I
your
lose
car
my
with everything in it.
clothes with everything in it. I had a liquor
Why would they
clothes.
not give it back to you?
Nothing. I got nothing
Why
back.
can you get your car from that?
So even with that being said, man, I went to the touring company for about 8 times back to back to back. All because my name didn't on my driver license. It says Junior, but on the paperwork it says Kevin Gunny. So all because my the paper didn't say Junior, they wouldn't give me my belongings out the car. So I had to go through some of everything, and they still didn't get it out the car. So it was just like crazy. I took a loss on all my clothes, my laptops, all my electronics, everything.
After all that, you were homeless. You managed to stay with someone who was very genuine to you.
Yes.
Someone from work.
Right.
Very kind. White man.
Right.
And, now we're here.
Right.
So, what's the next in the journey?
First, I just want to give my white boy a shout out, man, because Mason, that's my boy, Mace, man. He helped me a lot, and he not just helped me, he helped my family that I thought that I had too as well. He helped us all, but he's a great person. He got a great family. He has a great son, Lil Gigi. He's a great father, and he's a good person, man. I just want to give a shout out to him. I thank him for everything he did for me. And I really appreciate him, bro. You know what I'm saying? I owe you. And but through this journey, it's been a crazy journey. Like I'm still trying to stay strong now to this day, right now. You know what I'm saying? It's not over. But one thing I do know is just to stay prayed up. That's the whole goal. Stay prayed up, keep God first. And I'll be able to get through anything. You know what I'm saying? Anything.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us today. It's been truly inspiring to hear about your journey and the strength you've shown through it all. And to all the listeners, thank you for tuning in to FUW Podcast. Remember, no matter what life throws at you, keep pushing forward. Stay strong.
Facts.
Until next time, this is Kendrick Moore signing off.